All right. Welcome to your D and Z TV, the home of pure entertainment, a place where we are designed to bring you some very serious information and updates, especially as it entertains the entertainment industry. And we also round off with the Ooni of Ipalas. If you've not subscribed to your channel, I urge you all to subscribe to our channel so that you get notification whenever we upload new videos. And also all right, so sorry for that little break in transmission. It was due to some internet issues. So just as I was saying, the Oni of Ife now came to free some inmates in Kuje prison. About five of them, and it's a very noble cause. It's a very noble development, and it's something that everyone should be really, really excited about. So at the prison, he actually came with one of his wives, who happens to be Olori Temitope. Now, after the prisoner visitation, the Ooni of Ife now sent for Queen Naomi so that he can actually introduce him to the vice president, because there's this children program that Queen Naomi is planning to have this Christmas. And so the best thing the Ooni of Ife was to do was to introduce Queen Naomi to the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Senator Shettima. So, not knowing that Miriam and other of her cohorts have been secretly planning to stage a physical fiasco, because they knew that they cannot come for that event. They knew that they cannot come. So the best thing for them to do now was to instigate Temitope to put Queen Naomi to a standstill. And before you know it, what was supposed to be a little meeting, a little gathering between the Ooni of Ife and Queen Naomi now turned into something very, very serious. My brother, you needed to see what happened in that place. It was a fight for all. As in as much as Queen Naomi didn't want to fight because that's not her thing, she just wanted to be on her own. But Temitope was ranting. Temitope was making case. Temitope was making problem. She was just everywhere, screaming, shouting that what does Naomi think she is? Is it because she's been keeping quiet all this while? Is it because she has not really been saying anything? That how can she just mind her business? If she knows that she wants to leave the palace, let her leave the palace. Instead of today, she will leave palace today. Tomorrow she will come back to the palace. Tomorrow she will leave palace. Next tomorrow she will come back to the palace. That she's now making the whole thing look like caricature. That she's making all of them look as if they do not know what they are doing. That she's now making it look as if it's only she, Naomi, that is the only wife of the palace. That how can she be behaving this way? How can she be putting this kind of pressure on other wives of the Ooni of Ife? Then the question I want to ask now is, how is she putting pressure on all of you? Because as far as I'm concerned, I think everybody is supposed to mind he or her business. Yes, everybody is supposed to mind he or her business. Everybody is supposed to do what they feel is logical. You know, in as much as polygamy is involved, I have not been involved in a polygamous home before. But for my own understanding, everybody is supposed to do what they feel they need to do to keep the marriage or relationship. So when you now begin to now carry your eyes, you put for person thing, it now becomes a case of worry. That is the point where you begin to now feel very, very worried. Queen Naomi felt really disappointed, but he only tried the best he could to see that he brings sanity to the whole situation. They only tried to see that he puts Temitope into check. Because if you really understand, Temitope has always not been like that. She has actually been one of the most quiet women in the palace. But the truth is that the more you listen to people, the more the people feed you with some fake and wrong information, the more you're bound to make some mistakes that you cannot tell. You know, Temitope ended up making so many mistakes and so many blunders, and that is because they've been feeding her with so many wrong information. When did Temitope come to the palace? Temitope come to the palace few months or years ago. But right about now, they've been able to feed her with so much wrong information about Naomi. You know, people like Ronke who've been there for long, people like Ashley, who have been there for a longer time than her, now decided to feed her with so much bad information. And this bad information that they fed her with now is now making her act in that capacity. That is why it is very, very important for you to know the people you listen to. Because the truth about the matter is the people you listen to actually determines the kind of character you will exhibit and the kind of behavior you will exhibit. Because if you continue to exhibit all of those wrong characters and wrong behaviors like that, there's every tendency that you are going to have some issues that you cannot tell. Yes, you're going to really have some issues that you cannot even comprehend and you cannot tell. Now, what I'm trying to say now is you do not have to get yourself involved in any form of fight because of the Oni. Whether you like it or not, the Oni knows who, only chooses who he wants to choose. You know, it is not you that will decide for the Oni who to choose. The Oni knows what he wants. I mean, the Oni has been here for like God knows when. So it's not about your own physical fight or your own physical issue or your own physical strength that you're putting in the whole thing that will make him want to go for you. All these Oloris should understand that the Oni, as a matter of fact, knows what he wants. Yes, he knows what he wants. And for somebody who knows what he wants, no matter how hard you try, no matter how difficult, how hard you try to make him want to feel that, okay, you are the person, you are the person, you are the person, Oni will definitely go when he wants to go. So I think I'm really trying to make most of these our Oloris understand that the effort they put is actually not what will make the Oni stay or make the Oni go, but rather they should try and learn how to add and put more value to the system in the palace. When they begin to understand the secret of how Naomi is fighting her battles, then they are actually on their way to El Dorado. But if they keep on thinking that they are in competition with Naomi, and they want to do things like Naomi, they want to activate everything like Naomi, then at that point, you now know that of a truth, they cannot sustain this fight that they are starting. Because whether you like it or not, my brother, you cannot fight a woman that God has given grace to. As we all know, the grace of God is already on Queen Naomi. Yes, that grace has been there for a very long time. And as hard as much as people try to falter, or people try to bring her down, or people try to fight the grace of God upon her life, my brother, they will always be victims of circumstance. They will always fail because failure is their portion. Naomi is a queen. Naomi is loved by the Oni. Oni has already made up his mind on who he wants to be with. So as hard as we try to fight, as far as they try to bring her down, she shall do only one thing, but to be lifted up. Now, Temitope, you came to Abuja to fight Queen Naomi. Do you know your fate when you go back to the palace? Because I can tell you for free, it's not going to be easy. And you see, all those women that are putting you fire, putting you fire, putting you fire, pushing you, they will stay behind. People like Miriam, they will stay behind and push you to go and do what is evil. They will deny you. Yeah, they will deny you. And you now, you know, you don't even have a level like Mariam. You don't have money, the kind of money Mariam has. You don't have the kind of connections Mariam have. You do go follow man and they do bad thing. You know, when you follow people like that, they do bad thing. There's every tendency that they will run you straight. All right, my people, this is where we'll be ending this video for today. So thank you so much for watching. Do well to subscribe, comment, like, and share. And if there's just anything you want to talk about on this channel, let us know, and we will talk about it. Thank you, and bye-bye.